Hi, in this video, I'll show you the double stroke technique, starting right from the basic movements. So, the first thing to understand is that in the double stroke technique, you use the rebound. To use the rebound correctly, you need to have control over the pivot point of the grip, which is this part here between the thumb and index finger. Thumb and index finger, and some people also use the middle finger. Anyway, the pivot point is where the thumb presses the stick against the other finger. At this point, you need to use a joint that we don't use in single stroke technique, which is the elbow. This joint here in the elbow. We have to carefully use the entire length of the forearm to lift the very tip of the stick, steadily raising the tip of the stick upward, and also helping a bit with the wrist. You lift up so the tip is up, then you go down, okay? When I go down and touch the drum at an angle underneath here, that is, the butt end is higher than the tip, I keep pushing while locking the wrist, okay? At this point, the tip of the stick will open my hand, and I'll keep pushing, going down below the drum like this. Let me tell you more. The wrist will keep moving in a closing motion. Okay, so the elbow and forearm go down, the wrist slowly closes downward. I touch the drum, the tip comes up, and the fingers open. I keep going down below the drum, the wrist keeps turning inward, and I go down below the drum, just like this, okay? So the path of the hand goes from toward the shoulder to under the drum, and not backward, under the drum, okay? This way, we'll have this mechanic, this movement. I go down, touch, open, and keep going down underneath. This is the first of the two strokes. Let's say it's the one that's less powerful in terms of dynamics. I get the second stroke by coming up, closing my fingers, and striking with a strong contraction of the fingers. The second time, it's stronger than the first. Like this. I go down, go underneath, open, come up. Stronger. Stronger. The second stroke is accented. It's not the same as the first. It's stronger than the first. Okay, like this. Once I have finally hit that second one, the second stroke just keeps on going up and up and up. Okay, and I start to get an alternating movement that's as even as possible. I go down under the drum, come up, and accent the second stroke with a quick closing of the fingers. All the fingers are involved. I'll show you a simple, cool exercise that's really going to help you better understand how much you need to open your finger. We've seen the movement that goes down under the drum. But as you speed up the sequence of strokes, you won't be able to go under the drum anymore. It's just to help you understand the trajectory of your arm and hand. As I speed up, I'll have a position with the butt of the stick that, if I open correctly, will allow me to touch the drum. And I push on the second one. And I go up. If I don't touch, it means I'm not using the right diagonal trajectory. That is, shoulder under the drum. And maybe I'm going backward instead of forward. If I go forward, the butt of the stick will hit the drum, and I push on the second one. So at first, the second stroke is very close to the first. As I increase my speed, it will start to look a lot more even. I think maybe the middle one. As I gradually slow down now, It starts getting dangerously close to the edge of the danger zone. It's a great exercise for those who use the traditional grip technique instead. I rotate from the wall because I need to have this position, which is to open up the thumb. I can't let the butt end touch, but I have to open the thumb. When the tip touches, I go down. I go under the drum. At the end, the thumb opens up, the index and middle fingers let go, the thumb opens, and the stick rises. Maybe I can help myself with a twist of the forearm, but then the matter of the second accented stroke remains, and the index and middle fingers take hold of the stick again. Okay. Always pushing on the second stroke. All right, to control the 2-2, here's my advice. An exercise based on increasing subdivisions within a quarter note, meaning eighth notes, triplets, 16th notes, quintuplets, sextuplets, septuplets, 32nd notes. So in order to correctly and precisely perform these double stroke rhythmic subdivisions within the space of a single quarter note, I am going to help myself by carefully vocalizing specific syllables that are designed to closely emulate the distinct auditory pattern of the rhythm I'm just about to play on the drums. So for the eighth notes, I'll use these syllables. For the triplets, for the 16th notes, for the quintuplets, for the sextuplets. Septuplets, 32nd notes, tagadimi, tagadimi, 2 groups of 4. Or takadina, dina, dini. It's not important which ones. What's important is to say the syllables out loud in time while I play. Now I've set a metronome to 74, so I'll starting with the right hand. 1, 2, 3 eighth notes, 4, taka taka, triplet, sixteenth note group, a set of 5 quintuplets, sextuplet. This is the town of Sestino. It is a beautiful place called Sestino. The phrase takadina dina repeats in a steady rhythmic cycle that creates a hypnotic and percussive atmosphere. Each syllable is articulated with a specific cadence, where the sharp-sounded taka is followed by the softer, flowing tones of dina dina. This sequence continues over and over, building a consistent wall of sound that fills the duration with its melodic energy. The listener can hear the subtle nuances in every repetition, as the pattern maintains its precise beat throughout the entire track. This continuous stream of vocalization provides a stable background, allowing the inherent musicality of the spoken words to unfold naturally, until it finally reaches its conclusion with the single letter D. Good. We've covered the fundamental techniques for performing the double stroke roll used in the rebound technique. We've looked at an exercise to control the rebound. Practice as much as you can and increase the speed. Remember to never lose the second stroke. Always think about accenting the second stroke. As you increase the speed, the second stroke will level out to the volume of the first because it'll get quieter. And since the first was softer than the second, as we said, the second will drop in volume and they'll at least be equal, so it will sound like a roll. Otherwise, if the first stroke is louder than the second, the roll doesn't work. It sounds bad. Good work. Bye.
Hi, this is Ruggero, and this is my real English pronouns. The video you just watched is a video that I recorded in Italian. Then I used an AI platform to translate it in English. So if you are thinking about to book a drum lesson with me, I hope that will be satisfying for you, and I hope to get in touch with you. So look for the link to book a lesson with me here in the post somewhere, and I hope to get in touch with you as soon as possible. Have a nice day. Bye from Ruggero.